The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Louisiana Tech will kick it off and will be underway. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So Delaware's offense will have the opening possession of the game. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
The Blue Hens trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air, it's Pope. He finds a soft spot in the middle. And they get him down. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Looking to throw for it. Under fire. He'll try to do it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action on first down. Here's a heat. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
How about this defense coming out the gates? First drive, getting to the quarterback. They wanted to affect the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable. Already 2 sacks on this first drive.
And the Blue Hens with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got him. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. They'll run play action. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. So Louisiana Tech's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing. Tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they...
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Louisiana Tech pushing the tempo.
Great job by the defense that time getting the sack, but no time to celebrate. You got to line up right now because the offense is going tempo.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Ford. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. third down going up top. That's caught. It's Watkins. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
When you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got his man.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Running behind that left side. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
Third down coming up.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a first down. The Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Got a little space. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Dropping back, it's Pope. Using the quick game.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Fires to the big fella. At midfield, he's got room. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Blue Hens are flying down the field. Wide receiver going in motion. He wants to throw it again. Just a short pass to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he drops to throw. Going for it all. Touchdown, Blue Hens! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush. They win up front.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. With the catch, it's Watkins. Oh, he got one. Lots of running room. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. Louisiana Tech pushing the tempo.
Really nice decision by the quarterback. Third and long, and nothing was open deep down the field, so he's able to check it down and get it to a pretty...
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the third sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. That's caught. It's 4. They'll wrestle it down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. On fourth down, looking to pass. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Looking downfield, it's Pope. Here's the pressure. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack, and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
And the Blue Hens have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Punts it out of the air. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Safe completion on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. The Blue Hens will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Looking downfield on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And the defense drags him down. The Bulldogs are in the hurry-up. Finding open areas. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Louisiana Tech back to the line with a fresh set of downs. Got it in the middle. It's Finley. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The offense in hurry-up mode.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Finds his back in the middle. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. Louisiana Tech now has it in the red zone.
First down for your Bulldogs.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Setting up the screen. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They go to the ground. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. On first and goal, let's see what Louisiana Tech does. He's looking to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Number 18, set to kick this one away.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Dropping back, it's Pope. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Gets the back moving. To the air on second down. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
22-yard line. Make some noise, get on your feet.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Sets up the screen. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. And the Blue Hens will punt it away on fourth down. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Avoids pressure. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Louisiana Tech pushing the tempo. Quick completion to the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's loose. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
First
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play call. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the run. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Here comes third and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. They're working that left side. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Takes the easy completion. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. From the gun, running back gets to give. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. Caught over the middle. It's 4. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's 4. Touchdown, Bulldogs! A great catch and run for 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Vanderbilt has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in Nashville. They're up by 7 over Tennessee. It's an outcome that, if it holds, we'll have SEC fans buzzing all week, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So now it's 2nd and long. Under fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He'll do it himself on the draw. He is denied, cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. They boot it away. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Red pass, it's complete. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Louisiana Tech pushing the tempo.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the 2nd quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger because it's obvious. These offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last. The ball pops out. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football. Let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out, start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. He lofts one down the sideline. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking to throw, it's Pope. Keeps it going. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Little touch pass to the receiver. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. The Blue Hens will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He'll pull it down and run. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. The Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Got it behind the line. It's Finley. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. To the line quickly. They'll spike it to save some time. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
On the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Makes the grab. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. And the offense just going to spike it here. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Got it in the middle, it's 4th. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. And the Bulldogs want to pick up the tempo. They'll try to get the first through the air. The last thing you need is this guy getting knocked around. Wisely avoids the hit with the slide. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Ruston. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at the Joe in Lincoln Parish.
And the Blue Hens will boot it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out route. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Right back to the well. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. Unleashes one. Can't make the grab in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down. Doesn't convert this time. They kick it away on 4th down. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Back to throw, it's Pope. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Blue Hens headed quickly to the line. Gonna sling it on 2nd down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. And the Blue Hens decide to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. First step of this drive comes from their own 44. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's 2-4.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks. That's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense.
Well, the quarterback trying to get aggressive there on 3rd down. He saw something he liked in a matchup he wanted to take advantage of, but the defense, they simply weren't fooled, and they're able to come away with the pick.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Pope. Quickly out to the tight end.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
This defense has taken the game over. They're winning the game in large part because of how dominant they've been up front, how good their pass rush has been.
The Blue Hens line up to punt it away. signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Quick release on the RPO. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Louisiana Tech pushing the tempo.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The cover.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Motion from the back. Back to pass on second down. Flips it out to the back. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Bulldogs need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. Can't hang on to the ball. He had it right in his chest, and it'll be fourth down. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for very athletic, long defensive ends. These D tackles, man, they use their strength. They push linemen back in the pocket, collapse it, and come away with the sack.
And the Blue Hens with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's Pope. Pocket breaking down. Finds the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Blue Hens are way behind the sticks on this third and forever. He wants to throw it. It's caught. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. The give from the gun. It's a seam wide open. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Quarterback running on the draw. And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The Bulldogs want to crank the tempo. Creates a little room. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. No huddle here for the offense.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. You just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
You want to talk about building a drive around a guy. First on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
And you get so much bang for your buck because you can split him out wide. You can fake it to him and throw it. This is the guy that...
Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address and do something different.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Vanderbilt is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jay Cutler, this might not be over just yet. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Tennessee. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And the Blue Hens now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Dropping back, it's Pope. Rushes on him.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you've got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Give to the back. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down. The Blue Hens send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Louisiana Tech has it back, and the offense comes out ready to go to work. From the gun, give on the inside. He is like a loose boulder just rolling to the 32. And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with second and short. They'll move the tight end. He'll do it himself. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Louisiana Tech back to the line with a fresh set of downs. Snagged in the middle. It's 4. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Second down, he'll throw it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Finley. Tackle is made after the catch, but it'll set up first and goal from the 7. That's the end of the period. It's Louisiana Tech holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll use the running game on first and goal. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. On second and goal, they go right back to him. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. This is a money play on third and goal. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Quick strike through the air for the score. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they tacked on the extra point. So that drive covered 40 yards. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Back to throw, it's Pope. Makes the grab down the middle.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Lining up from the 34 on first down.
It's so nice to be an offense on second down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run to try to get the first down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Fires to the big fella.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
On the run, fires downfield. Can't make the play on the interception. And, man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. Makes the grab past the marker. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Blue Hens are moving quickly down the field. To the air on 1st down. Bringing the heat. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
The Blue Hens have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Well, the defense is not taking their foot off the gas. They've got a huge lead. We're early in the 4th quarter, and still they're getting pressure on this quarterback, registering a sack.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Wants to throw. It's Pope. Under fire. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. Wide open downfield. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got his man.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
And the Blue Hens can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Tyree. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
It's complete to the right. Turning on the Jets. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. The Blue Hens didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They'll throw it from the red zone. The screen, and watch out. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Hens!
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw on that touchdown pass.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Makes the grab. It's Booth. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. There he goes. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give out of the gun. breaks the tackle. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Makes the catch. It's Watkins. Oh, a lot of space. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. On the option. Now the toss. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He'll pull it on the read. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. And they take it in for 6 more points. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Vanderbilt is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jay Cutler, this might not be over just yet. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Tennessee.
He's going to take off.
We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Grabbed over the middle. It's Tyree. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass. It's Pope. Here's a heat. Chucked it away just as he was hit.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. And the Blue Hens are on the move. Looking to throw again. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Trying to escape and get it himself. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that 1st down marker. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Lofts one high and deep. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Here's the handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Big third down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. Well, they say you win a few, you lose a few, and some get rained out. Would have been good for this team if this one had gotten rained out because they lost badly.
Yeah, not a lot to be too proud about in this one here. Good news is you get to go back to the drawing board. You get to go back, you get to have another week of practice as a coaching staff, try and find ways to get players in position to go out and make plays. Going to need a big locker room speech after this one, David.
Yeah, and you're going to watch this tape, and it's going to hurt because you're going to watch it with coaches, and you're going to see the mess-ups and all the things you could have done better, but you got to learn from it. You got to get better. You got to grow, and that's how that works.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.